I got some other tweets to show you. And this isn't a conversation with April Ryan or anybody else. These are tweets from back in, well, this one, let me show you. This is me in June. I was responding to another journalist. The Washington media has been largely blind to Bernie. He's going to surprise them. He doesn't fit their usual profile. This is back in June 2015, when Sanders was down around 50 points nationally. Now, am I some sort of psychic? No. But to me, the writing was on the wall. If you follow the information and polling numbers and what people actually want in their country, people want things like universal health care. So it wasn't surprising to me that Bernie was going to rise, because there's a huge progressive movement that we can now see visually in crowds and in votes that exist in the country that never had a voice before, because there was never a candidate for them before. And there finally is. And there's two more to show you here. So this is June. This is, I believe, shortly after Hillary Clinton announced that she was running for president. Hillary Clinton versus Bernie Sanders will come down to how well Hillary can fake being a progressive. This is in June. What has happened the past few months during this election campaign? She has pretended to be a progressive. She's been a moderate her entire life. She didn't support gay marriage until 2013. 2013! 2013. Hillary Clinton didn't support gay marriage until 2013. Bernie Sanders supported a gay pride parade in his town of Burlington, Vermont, when he was mayor, in his first year, the first gay pride parade, in the 80s. And he voted against the Defense of Marriage Act, which kept, at the time, it kept gay marriage illegal. He's been a supporter of gay rights his entire career.
The same people that would vote to cut defense $177 billion, the same ones that would put homos in the military.
Now, my ears may have been playing a trick on me, but I thought I heard the gentleman a moment ago say something, quote unquote, about homos in the military. Was I right in hearing that expression?
Absolutely. Putting homosexuals in the military.
You said something about homos in the military. Was the gentleman referring to the many thousands and thousands of gay people who have put their lives on the line in countless wars defending this country? Was that the group of people that the gentleman was referring to?
I'm talking about the military. People in the military do not support.
That's not what we were talking about. You used the word homos in the military. You have insulted thousands of men and women who have put their lives on the line.
I'm talking about you and liberals like you that keep the...
If you look at the history, it shows, you know who's progressive. This isn't, the fact that the media is buying into this bullshit. Why aren't we talking about how Hillary is just progressive the past 5 months? Why isn't that a discussion? Last tweet. This is in April, before Sanders even ran for president. This is me saying, that said, unless Senator Sanders or another progressive enters the race with real money, Hillary is indeed inevitable. Look, you don't have to trust me. But historically, during this election, on the Democratic side, I've been right. Now, on the Republican side, I'll be the first one to admit I had no fucking clue Donald Trump was going to blow up. When Donald Trump announced to be president, and there was that story of him paying people to be in the crowd when he was announcing his candidacy, I'm like, this is ridiculous. This guy has to pay people to watch him announce him run for president. He's not going to get anybody voting for him. Boy, was I wrong. I thought for sure he was just doing it as a marketing ploy to build up The Apprentice, which was going to start filming in September, or airing in September. But no, it was legit, and I was completely wrong. But my mind is not in the Republican mindset. I don't really know how they think. I can kind of guess, look at trends, see what happens, see what works. But largely I don't know, and it's a guessing game for a lot of us. But when it comes to Democrats, when it comes to progressives, liberals, I know how these people think. There's a lot of progressives that have not been given a proper voice for years. So when a candidate comes along like Bernie Sanders, who knows what he's talking about, and has talked about it his entire life.
What we're discussing now is an issue where some of our friends are saying we're not getting tough enough on the criminals. But my friends, we have the highest percentage of people in America in jail per capita of any industrialized nation on earth. What do we have to do? Put half the country behind bars? We're spending $270 billion a year on the military, but we don't have a major enemy. I know it hurts your feelings. I know you're upset about it. I know you're hoping and praying that maybe we'll have another war. Maybe somebody will rise up. But it ain't happening. I'll tell you who I'm worried about. I'm worried about the fact that our workers are seeing a decline in their standard of living. They want to see our industry be rebuilt. For granted, one of, I think, the problems of human nature is that when we see things in front of us, day after day, we begin to say, well, that's normal. You know, I just stepped over 3 bodies to get in here of people who are sleeping out on the street. Well, no problem. There are 2 million homeless people in America. That's the way it is. Well, I think we have got to take a deep step backward, re-examine our priorities, and try to redetermine what this country is supposed to be about. In this country, children and adults are not supposed to be hungry. And by the way, I think we've got to raise the minimum wage significantly. They're working for $5 an hour. They're working 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, and 60 hours a week. And you know what? At the end of that week, they're still in poverty. The wealthiest 1% of our population owns 37% of the wealth of America. That is significantly more than the bottom 90% of Americans own. And I would urge you, come with me to Vermont, meet real people. The country clubs and the cocktail parties are not real America. The millionaires and billionaires are the exception to the rule.
That's why people are voting for him, because he actually wants to push a progressive agenda. Hillary Clinton right now is trying to pivot to do that for the votes.